Alright guys, so we talk about half guard, we got some arm drags, we got the reverse guard, we got the inverted guard, we got so many moves. I want to work this DVD now on teaching you escapes and how to defend the guard. So you're always in good position, you always have escape for any situation people put yourself in. Okay? So let's start with the basic concept of when people are passing your guard, and I see people doing this mistake all the time, you know. So if Sean was here, and go on the side, Sean. And if Sean went around and passed my guard, and he's going to side control, everybody tends to want to push on the hip and on the neck, like so. Okay? What's going to happen here is this. He's going to lock my head, and this is what's going to bring him into me. So now I'm going to be pushing against his arm and his weight. So pull the pressure, Sean. People are trying to push. Man, it's still hard. Okay? So I want to change this concept to what I've been talking about, just like the half guard. In the half guard, you control the wrist and you control the neck. So when the guy's passing your guard and he's passing, where do you go to first? The wrist and the neck. It's the same thing. Okay? If the guy cannot get your head, it's going to be impossible for him to pass your guard. Because what's going to happen though, even if he puts the weight on you, here, look at that, he cleared my legs. As soon as I make a bridge and I drop that leg down, I can't replace him. So all that happens because I understand that I've got to be controlling the wrist at all times, you know. So instead of pushing the hip, which a good guy can always shift his hips around and pass your guard, don't worry about the hip. Worry about the control of the wrist. Okay? So he passes my guard. You either go to the, look how I'm going to his biceps. If you can go straight to the wrist because you cannot reach the wrist, so it's high in the wrist, you go to the biceps, slide down to the wrist, maintain the wrist close to his body, right? Now if he puts the weight on you, you can always make a bridge. Come back with the leg in. Reset, either go back to half or whatever you want to do from there, okay? Let's give him another angle here. So it's always, he passes around, wrist and head, okay? Throwing the wrist, as soon as he puts the weight down, and I was moved back into the game. Okay? So our first escape is going to be this one. Controlling the wrist, controlling the head. He passes the guard, puts the weight. As soon as he puts the weight, I'm going to have both feet on the floor, make a big bridge. Boom. Turn this way, Sean, so we can. Now, as soon as I make the bridge, I create some space. I'm going to drop the leg all the way down. Now slide it through, feet on the hip. Now either can do open guard. If you're a beginner in jiu-jitsu, you like the closed guard, you're just learning how to do open guard, you can always go back to full guard and you're back in the game again. All right? Alright guys, moving forward, what we're going to do now is a situation where this happens. He passes my guard. We understand we got to control the wrist and the neck, but as he passes, he blocks my hips with this hand on the other side. So let's turn around this way so that we can see. See how he's blocking my hips? So now, if I make the bridge and try to bring the leg in, I can't. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is, it's the same setup. I'm holding the wrist, I'm blocking with the hand, keeping the head away from me so he cannot put as much weight as he wants. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the knees and go for a single leg on him. So here's how this is going to go down. He passed my guard, he's blocking my hips. Now I'm going to make that bridge. As I make that bridge, the first thing you got to think about is to sneak your head in. Get your chin in, get your head in, okay? Because once again, if you cannot control your head, he's not going to have control of the match. Okay, so put the weight on, boom, he's blocking my hip, make that bridge, I'll get my head in. Now look me look at me reaching for that single. As I turn on the knee, I reach for that single leg. Okay? Make sure your head is in. Don't get your head on the outside because you get guillotined. Okay? Keep your head in. Now, once you get the single leg, let's talk about the single leg because I see major problems there. People don't know what they're doing. First of all, outside hand, one more time. On top, butterfly grip. Okay? First thing he's going to think about is he's going to sprawl on you. He wants to break that grip because he knows if you take the single too deep, you're going to take him down and you're going to be on top. So the first thing you're going to do as you get that single is you're going to bring your elbows to your knees. Okay? So I'm going to do this. Boom. Now here I'm much stronger, right, Sean?
Yes. Everything's tight.
Yeah, because if he sprawls and I overextend my arms here, I have no power. And then he can take my back. Okay? So as soon as you take that single, you got to pull it in to here. Now the second thing we're going to do is we're going to stay on our feet, just like so. Okay? So knees off the ground, pull it in, knees off the ground. Now I'm going to start spinning on him towards his back to take him down. So instead of doing the conventional way where you want to blow through the guy, which against a strong guy it's not going to work because they're going to be putting the weight on you, they're going to be throwing the hips down on you. What you want to do is cut up an angle and spin. So when you spin, either you're going to take him down or he's going to give up his back, depending what the reaction of the guy is. So one more time, let's do the whole thing. So he passes my guard, he's blocking the hips. I turn the knees, sneak the head in, go, pull the leg in, on my knees, start spinning. Now I get top position. Okay? Now let's say I make that bridge, I go to reach the single, but he runs away from me. That's okay. Boom. You're back in the game again. So you just defended the guy from passing your guard, and you still own the game. You know, so if you cannot get that single because he's sprawled too far away, he's too far from you, or whatever, just come out of it, reset, and you're back in the game. I mean, the guy was going to pass your guard, and now he was afraid of you taking him down with a single leg. Okay? So make sure, get the single, pull it in, spin, cut the angle, either take the back or go, take him straight down to his back. Alright guys, so going back to our north-south escape, I did the one where you get the single. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get the single leg. The guy's good, he sprawls, comes out. So what's going to happen here is this. I'm going to make that bridge. I bridge. As I go for the single leg, he blocks me by front headlocking me here. You know, if the guy has a weak front headlock, sometimes what I do is I just go back to my feet and I open my arms up just like so. The reason why I open my arms up is because here, if you let the guy push your elbow into the choke, show him, he'll get the choke. See how he's pushing my arm in? He's going to start choking. Do the rear naked. Take it. And he start choking me here, and I'll get tapped. Alright? So you don't want the guy to push your elbows in. So when you turn on the knees, one more time. I turn on the knees to get the single. I don't get the single. He sprawls before I get it. I open my arms up right off the bat, and I keep my chin in. Now what we're going to do here is, don't stay on your knees either, because if you stay on your knees, he just might pull you in and spin to your back. See how he's spinning from my back? We don't want that. So what I do here is, when he gets a front headlock, I stay on my feet, and I stay with my hands posted like this. Now, all I'm doing here is just walking away from him. And if the guy doesn't have, he's not a wrestler, it's just a jiu-jitsu guy, doesn't have a strong front headlock, can just push onto his hips, and I'll get out and I'll reset the position. That's going to be a basic escape. And another thing to look out for, if he does get you in the front headlock like this, he's got the head, he's got the arm. Get me like that, Sean. Always when you get out, move your head to the side. See how his elbow is tight here on my head? You want to move your head to the side where there's space. There's a lot of room here. Tell them the difference in how you feel uncomfortable.
I can control your head here, and then on this side.
On this side you can't,
control.
right?
No.
So now, if I stop pushing away from him, I can just get out and reset the position. All right? So you always move your head. So if I have him on the front headlock, see on this side I feel comfortable, but as soon as he puts his head on the other side and he starts pushing away from me, he can just get away. So that's going to be our first escape, basic escape. Just stay here, moving away from the guy. Move your head to the right position. Just push away from the guy and get out of the position. Alright guys, now we're going to do a more advanced move. Guy's a wrestler, he's got a good front headlock. Now I'm going to have to get more technical about the escape. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn on the knees, trying to get the single. And as I go to get the single, he gets me in the front headlock, real tight. Now what I'm going to do is, the first thing I got to watch for, like I said before, is the arms, so he doesn't push my arms in. Because if he gets his arm in here, I'm gonna get choked. Okay? So I gotta open my hands up so he doesn't push the arm in. The second thing I gotta watch for, it's his elbow. This elbow here. Because a good front headlock, let me get you, Sean. What I wanna do on top is, when I get the guy in the front headlock, is I wanna pull this elbow out this way. And I want to put my weight on the guy here. You feel the choke there?
Yes,
Sean?
I do. Yep.
There's a lot of pressure here. And this elbow is coming out. And that's a Russian front headlock. That's how we do it. You know? So what I want to do is, as he gets the front headlock, I want to pull this elbow down. You know? You feeling uncomfortable already?
Yeah.
Feeling really uncomfortable here just by me pulling this elbow down. So if he keeps his elbow up, it's hard for me to escape. I can't escape. Now, by pulling the elbow down, I take all the pressure. Now, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my head, just like I talked about, to that weak side. And as I move my head to the weak side, I'm going to reach with his arm, just like I'm doing an arm drag, get his arm, and with this hand, the hand that was pulling the elbow down, I get his back. Now I can spin and take his back. Okay? This is the basic concept. So one more time. He gets me in the front headlock. Also, another thing I want you guys to think about, keep your hands apart, of course. Look how my leg is up. Okay? Because if this guy's putting a lot of pressure on me, I want to walk back, keep walking back until I can get that, move my head, get the arm, get the back, and been able to take his back here. So the movement is, first, you want to avoid the choke. Second, you want to bring the elbow down. Then you move your head, cross, cross, spin, take the back. Okay? Let's do one more time, real slow. See if we get a different angle here. So he gets me, look at my leg up already. I'm keeping my arms apart. Elbow down. Look at my head where it is. He's already opened the grip. I'll take his back. And sometimes, if the guy feels like he's going to take his back, most of the time, what he's going to do, he's going to open his grip, and you're just going to square up with him. So now, square up with him like, you know, I'm going to take your back this front away from me. So, here. See how he ran away? So you out of the position, then you can pull guard, you can wrestle the guy, you can do whatever you want, but at least you're out of there. You know? So key points is hands open, make sure opposite leg is up, okay? Move your head, get the arm, get the back, spin, take the back. Now is I'm going to turn on the knees. Any situation, you go for a single, a double, whatever. The guy goes for a guillotine on you, front headlock. He pulls guard, try to finish you up with the front headlock. You know, I'm going to show you guys how to behave in this situation here. So what's going to happen is, any reason I turn on the knees, he's got a guillotine, and I feel like he's coming up to pull guard. As soon as he's going to pull guard, I'm already expecting him to pull guard on me. So what I'm going to do is, look where my head is. Every time my head, let's say, is on the right side, what I want you guys to do is to jump totally to the opposite side. So your head is across, all the way across his body. You know, if he locks the guard, pull guard, like this, I'm going to be in trouble. If he locks full guard. If he locks the half guard with my head in, I'm going to be in trouble. But if he locks the guillotine and I'm on the side here, now I can put the weight with my shoulder into him, and he's not going to be able to finish me. So you should look like this. Let's say I turn on the knees, boom, turn, he gets the front headlock. Now he's going to start going for the guillotine. See how I'm across? I just use my hand to clear this leg, and I totally jump all the way across, expecting him. I know what he's going to do. He's going to try to either close guard on me or close half guard on that side. So I'm already expecting that. So what I did is I anticipated the move, and I completely jumped to his side. Now, once I jump, he's going to pull guard. Look at my leg up. Both of my legs up. I jump. Now it's a matter of time, and sometimes what I do is stand this way. When he has the guillotine, I push myself forward here. So I put my forehead on the floor. See how that opens it up, Sean? Mm-hmm. So it opens on the grip. Now I can go on the hand, open it up, and look, I'm inside control right now. So the key is, like I said, is anticipation. You know the guy's going to pull guard to try to guillotine you. If he does that, you go and jump the opposite direction. So now you know that your body has to be across the guy. If you either end up on full guard or you end up on the wrong side, as the same side as the head, you're going to be in trouble. So just cut that knee, jump over, go straight to side. Even if you catch you on the half guard with the guillotine, that's not going to be a lot of pressure, because now you can put the weight on the guy. But if your head stays on the same side as your body, you cannot put any weight on the guy. So it's easier for him to guillotine you. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is another side escape. This is the one I use the most of the time. I think it's the easiest one to do. It doesn't require any force or movement. It's all about knowing how to move your hips and how to move your legs. So what we're going to do is this. Let's do it on this side. This side here. So he passes. Now as he passes, I'm going to make the bridge. Okay? Even if he's blocking my hips here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my hips away from him, okay? And my outside leg, the leg that's free, because he's probably going to be trapping this leg here, whatever he's doing. So the bottom leg it's not going to be much of use. So you cannot replace by coming in with the knee or whatever. So what you're going to do is you're going to rotate this leg and bring it in this way. Now what he's going to do, he's going to put pressure onto you, and I'm just going to recover the guard, just like so. So I try to teach this to my students as much as possible, is to use the free leg. I call that the free leg, you know. So every time he passes, almost passes, I can always escape and bring that leg in. Now, when you bring this leg in, it's going to be the side of your foot. Now, where do you place that? Usually you want to place this on the shoulder, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes the guy's super tired on you. So you want to place whatever you can, you know, on the neck, on the arm, you know, sometimes I place it on the chest. As long as you can push him out and create that space. Then I can go back to half, then go back to whatever. So one more time. He passes the guard. As it passes, I'll escape my hips, and I'll come back with that leg. Look how that leg gets on the way. The leg's on the way, the guy's not going to pass your guard. Because here I'm going to push him off with the leg, and I just open up the leg, and I'm back in guard again. Now from here I can go to half. From here I can push, arm drag. There's so many things I can do from there. Okay? So we got to use outside leg as rotation to come back in and to push the guy away from you, and that way you're safe and you can restart the game again. Alright guys, so we're going to do another escape that I've been doing a lot. It's the escape basically works like this. As Sean passes my guard, boom, he passes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge and I get part of my leg in. But as I get my leg in, trying to get it through, he drops the weight on top of my leg. So my leg gets kind of trapped. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push him with my leg to create that space, and I'm going to use this leg to come back in and replace the guard. So now what you're doing is you're using the bottom leg to create room and using your hand to push so you can rotate the leg back in. Okay? So the key points of this position is you got the same control, you got the wrist, you got the neck, but as he comes in, try to pass, you push him with the bottom leg. Tell them the space I'm creating with this leg, Sean.
Pressure on the knee, I can't use this arm. I can't drive it anymore.
Yeah,
you
see
always
how
keep that
you
distance.
I'm keeping the distance, and I'm using my rotation to go back in. You know, so anytime you can sneak this leg in and push the guy away, always rotate, coming back in. You know, so the key is the control we talk about. I'm talking about this control the whole series. It's the arm, the neck. Get the leg in, push him off with the leg, escape your hips, come back with the leg in. So now you're using the advantage of the leg, which we weren't before. Before we were just bridging and then coming in with the leg. Now we're using more advanced move, which is to push the guy away with the leg and replace the guard. So far we've done a couple escapes from the side. What I'm going to cover now is the north-south position. And a good guy, what he's going to do is he's not just going to stop on the side. He's going to run all the way to north-south. All right? So it's going to look like this. I'm controlling the wrist, controlling the neck, but then he feels like if he drops here on the side, I'm going to replace. So he goes all the way to north-south. So if I just stay on the arm here, he's going to come up, break the grip. He's locked myself down. Okay? So what I'm going to do is very basic, but it works so well. You know, I got the control. As soon as I feel him going north-south, I'm gonna let go of this wrist and I'm gonna bring both of my knees in. And my elbows are gonna touch my knees. So real quick, Sean, let them see. So I'm like this, okay? If you leave any room between your elbows and your knees, he's gonna be able to put the weight on you, and here's what's gonna happen. I leave any room here, he's gonna put all the weight and capitalize on it. So what I wanna do is I wanna make like a shield and defend myself. So this way he cannot put the weight on me, okay? Now I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna replace the guard. So, one more time. He passes, he goes all the way to north-south. I bring both of my elbows in and the knees in. Now look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cross my hands across his body, like so. And I'm gonna pick a side, whatever side I feel like it's easier, and I'm gonna rotate under, and I'm gonna replace guard, this way, okay? So all I'm doing is, I'm shielding myself, I'm crossing my grip, and I'm using one of the grips to rotate myself underneath the guy and put him back in the guard, okay? So just go straight to north-south, Sean. So I'm right here, boom. That's all I'm doing. Cannot stay there forever because he will find ways to stretch your leg, to overcome that. So it's a position where he passes, you shield, man, and you go, okay? So let's do the whole thing. So I'm here, he passes, you shield, you go, boom, you're out of the position, all right? So the basic concept is knee on the elbow, as soon as he passes, cross the gate, use the hand to whatever side you're gonna escape to push yourself through, and then you're back in the guard. Then you can do half, you can do whatever you want from there. So the key point is elbows on the knees, don't let the guy put the weight on you. If he puts the weight on you, it's gonna be really hard to escape, because from there he's got arm attacks, he's got different attacks he can do from there. Alright guys, so now what I'm going to do is, let's say worst comes to worst, the guy does pass my guard. I'm going to show you guys how to turn your back effectively and come back and replace guard on the guy. Okay, this is going to be a quick move. I'm going to do it real slow first though. So he passes my guard, made a lot of mistakes, so he was too good. He locked my head, he got the pass. So what I'm going to do now is, if I try to turn into him, the guy knows what he's doing, he's going to put his shoulder into my head. So now, the only way I can turn is that way. So as I turn, look what I'm going to do with my left arm. My left arm shoots under. And as I turn on the knees, I bring my elbow to my knees. Here, see if you can see it. And I open my hands, blocking both hands from coming into my neck. Right here. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to lift the opposite leg of the side that he's in. So it's shown on this side, I'm going to lift this leg up, just like so. So I'm here, I lift it up, I place my hand right by my foot, and what I'm going to do is, I'm going to roll over this shoulder, open my leg as much as I can, and I'll replace guard on him. Either open guard or close guard. Okay? Now, I'm doing this real slow, but in a live situation, you just got to go and do it. You cannot stay on all fours defending the back for too long. The longer you stay there, more time he's going to have to think how to put the hooks in, how to do different stuff. Okay? So one more time. He passes my guard, boom, locks himself in. So I can make a bridge, turn this arm in, turn, I'm defending, keep your elbows by your knees, forehead on the floor. If you put your forehead looking at the guy, he can get the hand in, the choke. So you gotta be here, and defend the neck. Try to get in with it, the chokes. No, can't. When I'm ready to roll, I'm right here. Over the shoulder, replace the guard. So one more time. Pass, bridge. Look at the arm coming in. Boom. guys, so now the situation is this. I'm gonna do the same move, but now Sean, he's not gonna fall down as easy. He's gonna fight to stay on top, okay? So this is what's gonna happen. I roll, took my back. Now as I rotate, I got his leg, and I end up on this position here. Now he wants to come back. Now what we're gonna do from here is a couple things we can do. Either we can start attacking, like we done before with the foot, or what we can do is switch this grip to underneath to do your half, or we can even do the X guard from the side. Okay, so you have multiple things that you can do from there if the guy posts and you have that leg. Go back. So the key is to elevate that leg and create an offense opportunity from there. So I'm defending myself here. I roll. As I roll, look where I'm at. I'm right there. Boom. So if I want, I'll start attacking him right from here. Boom. I got that. I got the 50-50. You know, I got the half guard. Sweep. If I wanted to. I got the X guard. So many things you can do from there. The key is to elevate the guy and create the opportunity. And what's going to create that is this little hook here. So as you roll, you're lifting his leg up and you're catching that leg in the air. And from there, you have so many options. I showed you guys so many things you can do and create. And you can pretty much just look at all the moves. And best move that works for you, just throw it in there. And use that move with this sequence to make it happen. Alright guys, so we did the back escape, and if you notice we did the back escape when the guy's on the side. So Sean was on the side. See how it's on my side? And that's when I lift up the opposite leg, I roll, and I replace the guard. But let's say the guy's not on the side, he's behind me, like so. You see what he's doing? He's not on either side, he's behind me. So it's a little bit different, okay? Now what I'm going to do is this. I defend the same way. I'm going to lift the leg. But as I lift the leg, I'm going to hook his leg. Just like so. Okay? So look at that hook. I'm here. I hook his leg. Now as I hook his leg, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll. As I roll, I'm pulling this leg in with the hook. Now I hook his leg here. Boom. Okay? Now with the movement and the momentum and everything, what's going to happen is this. He's going to be behind me. As soon as he secures the position, as I roll, I'm here. I go for the sweep from the back. So I'm using this outside hook. As I turn, let me turn by myself. I hook his leg and I lift it up. And as I lift it, I'm already reaching for his foot to go on top. Okay? So I'm going to do it one more time. Sean, stay behind. Do real slow. Look how I'm hooking his leg. So I'm using my hands up and I got my hook right there. Now as I turn, look how I lift it with that hook. I'm already on the leg. Boom. Post his hand up, almost like I'm doing my half guard sweep. And I come on top. Boom. Alright guys, so we got a couple escapes from the side. Right now we're just escaping, but what I've been doing lately is every time the guy try to pass my guard, I've been trying to be offensive and attack him, make him pay the price for trying to pass my guard. So what we're going to do is this. It's the same concept, the grips are the same, but every time he tries to pass, I'm gonna try to get this leg in on the way. And as he's trying to pass, Sean, I get the leg in the way, but I don't want to just replace the guard here. I want to start attacking the guy. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna switch the hand from the wrist to inside the arm. So even if he gets my head, I don't care. As long as I have this knee and I have control of the arm. Because what I'm gonna do now is, I'm gonna escape my hips and I'm gonna throw this leg all the way around, like so, okay? So one more time. So I'm here, he's passing my guard, boom, I get the knee in, now I switch. Now when you switch to the under control, you don't have to grab it like you want to rip his arm out. It's a slight grip, let him feel comfortable, you know, like he's not. Sean, do you feel any pressure there?
No.
There's no pressure. The key here is this leg. I need to get this leg all the way through to this side. Now what I'm gonna do is, once I get this leg in, I'm gonna turn on my knees and I'm gonna lock the Kimura. Look how I switch hand, guys. I'm gonna switch the hands and I'm gonna lock the Kimura. So my right hand is on his wrist and now I'm locking my own wrist, just like so. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna post my foot, because most of the guys, either they're gonna put their hand inside the leg once they feel the Kimura is coming, or they're gonna lock hand with hand. Okay, so if I stay here, I'm not gonna be able to rip the Kimura out. So what I've been doing is, I've been posting this foot right onto his hips. Now look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna push, break the grip, and I'll Kimura him right here. So I got a Kimura. So the guy's trying to pass my guard, and I got a Kimura out of it. All right. So one more time. So he's trying to pass, get the leg in. I create this space. I'm inside the arm already. Turn on the knees, lock the Kimura. Once I got the Kimura, look at the foot. The foot's already in the hip. Now he can defend hand with hand, whatever he wants to do here. But once I kick, it's going to be really hard for him to hold that grip. So now I'm able to slowly bring his wrist against the back of his head, and I'll finish him off with the Kimura right there. Okay? So the key is back to the concept, wrist, neck. But now, as he's passing, you're switching for the under control, escape your hips, and you're passing the leg through. All right? That's what we're doing. Alright guys, we're going to go back to that move. Now Sean's going to react differently. Like I said, everybody reacts different, so you got to have a second choice of every move, a second option. So what we're going to do, same thing. He's trying to pass my guard, and I gain control of the arm. Okay, I'm going to pass the leg through. Look how I clear the leg. Really clear the leg so you can get it through. The key is to get this foot, one more time, to get this foot in. Once I get this foot in, I'm in good position. Now I'm going to lock the Kimura. I'll go back to the foot. Now as I rip the arm, he feels I'm going to catch the Kimura. What he's going to do now, he's going to roll to try to escape. Look how he's rolling. As he rolls though, he rolls himself into the armbar. See what happens? He rolls himself to the armbar. Now I got a perfect armbar here. What I like to do from the armbar is I cross my legs, open my knees as much as I can. So that way, try to go on top, Sean. It's hard for him to go on top. That's what most guys are going to be doing. And then you can start working on the wrists. And I'll get deeper into that later to finish the armbar. But let's just finish the armbar for now. So he's trying to pass. I'm blocking. Get the hand in. The key is getting this hand in. Now he can pass as much as he wants, because as he's trying to pass, I'm already there. Okay? Turn on the knees. Lock the Kimura. Come back with the foot. Trying to rip the arm. He rolls. Now sometimes I finish the guy right from here. He doesn't even have time to lock hands. You can just make sure the thumb is to the ceiling, and you can finish the guy with the armbar. All right, guys, we're gonna go back to that move, and what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna talk about, as I get the arm here, I lock it, I go for the arm bar, he rolls. Now he's defending hand with hand. Okay, move this way, Sean. So he's defending hand with hand. The key points here that I like is this. I use my hand close to his head to push off the ground and get tighter with him. Because if you leave too much room here, he can always turn and bring this elbow down, and now he's going to escape. So I need to be tight with him. So I use this hand to push myself in as much as I can. I cross my legs, but when I cross my legs, I open my knees up. So my knees are on his face. So instead of doing the traditional way, which is like this, I don't like to do it too much. I feel like if I cross my legs and I open my knees, I have more pressure because my knees are pushing him down. I feel better that way. So as long as you open the legs, you're fine. Now, the way I'm going to finish here is I'm going to look at the arm that I want to catch. And on this case, the arm that's giving me problems is this one here because it is on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip this arm out first. Lock it again, Sean. So he's locking down first. And I rip this arm out first, right? And as I rip this arm out first, I'm going to secure this arm, get it out of the way. Now, this arm is going to be completely, available to me, so I can catch it. So he's locking it down here. I'm tight. I get it out of the way. Boom. Now I switch grips. Control the wrist. Now I go back and I lock this arm right on the wrist, just like so. Now he's going to try to regrip again, because I'm not going to be able. He's going to break this, and he's going to try to regrip. But as he tries to regrip, now he might be able to lock fingers with fingers. But my pressure is going to be so much that I'm going to be able to take the arm. So do the same move again, Sean. So see, he has his top arm. Go right on top of the toes. The fingers. Open it up. Get it out of the way. All right. Go to the wrist. Now I'm going to start taking that arm. Boom. So I was here. Okay. Go with this hand. Open it up. Feed it to this hand. So one more time. I was here. Keep the pressure. Make sure you got the weight on the guy. Now go with this hand. Open it up. Switch the grip. Switch it to the wrist. Take the arm. Alright guys, so we got the Kimura, the guy rolls, we got the arm lock. Now I'm going to show you guys a different position from that guard pass defense where I'm attacking the guy. So I got in a situation where I did get the pommel, the knees in, I'm passing the leg through, I'm getting my leg in, okay? But let's say here, I get to this position, my foot gets stuck or trapped or whatever, and I'm not able to pull this foot out for some reason. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep the Kimura lock, okay? Let's try to give you guys a better angle here. So I'm here, look at my left foot. It's trapped. Like trap my foot, Sean, so I cannot pull it out. So he's trapped, I cannot pull it out. What I'm going to do now is, first movement is, I'm going to look to the outside, and I'm going to roll the him. And look, I still got an arm bar from there. So the reason why we're doing this is because my foot got trapped. And then from this position, I already showed you guys how to finish from here. Okay, so let's go back. So as he passes my guard, I'm holding the wrist, blocking. I get inside, get the leg through, turn on the knees, lock it. Now he's trapping my foot. Look to the outside, roll. Now in a perfect position to finish with the arm bar. Okay. Just work it from here. Either finish it with the straight, start defending, open, grab at the wrist, pull the arm out, finish with the arm bar. So another thing you gotta watch for in this position that I see a lot of guys making mistakes is when you go for the arm bar here, and you go for the armbar, sometimes people have trouble rolling the guy because you're too far away. If you feel like you're too far away from the person, move yourself in as much as you can. Look how my left foot, it's either on the outside of his hips here, you know, let's move this way, Sean, so you can see it. So, buddy. Or it's trapped underneath his leg. Okay? Either way, when I roll, it's going to be a much better roll if I'm tight with the guy. And then you can start finishing the arm block from there. Guys, our next move, it's going to be the same concept, but now what Sean was going to do, he's going to try to posture up to rip his arm out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll gain the control, I'll pass the leg, I'll get the kimura. Now he locks hand with hand and he wants to come up. Now he's giving me a lot of space here, so it's hard for me to roll. Okay, but it's really easy if you look on this side. Look at my left foot, how I sneak it in. So it was underneath him. I will sneak it in and I'll shoot this leg through as much as I can, and I'll roll back facing him to go back to the triangle, and I can finish the triangle. The key with this position is, and I see a lot of people doing it wrong, is you really got to shoot that leg through, so when you roll back, the triangle is super deep and you don't have to adjust it anymore. Sometimes when you roll and you're not very tight, it can give you problems if you don't have long legs. You know, guys with long legs, they can catch triangles any way they want. But if you have short legs, you got to do it perfect. You know. So let's do it again. Sean. So I'm here. Pass the leg. Block the kimura. He stands up. Look how I sneak this leg in. Straight to the triangle. And I got the triangle finished from there. Okay. Alright guys, our next move I've been using a lot. It's really good stuff because a lot of the guys, they know I'm going for the arm bar, they know I'm going for the triangle. So what they've been doing with me is, once I start attacking the arm and I get here to this position, is right away they start ripping their arm out and they start lifting this leg, try to get away from me here. See what I mean? And they block. Look the way Sean's blocking my leg. See how Sean's blocking my leg here? So now it's difficult for me to finish with the kimura, finish with the arm bar and everything. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to bail from the arm and I'm going to go straight to that leg, going underneath the leg. Now from here, we got a whole series that we learned, you know. So we can either go for we got the knee bar that we did from there. We did the one where we push, start attacking the foot, okay. We can even do, if he locks, puts the weight on you, we can turn and start doing the sweep, roll sweep. So many moves we learned from there. But the whole point is, if you feel that leg is up and you're not catching the arm, you can always bail and go straight for that leg, attacking that leg. You know. So I'm gonna give you the situation one more time. Look what he's doing. Going for the arm, and as I go for the arm, he's coming up on me. Look at him. He's blocking my leg. I feel hopeless here because it's going to be hard. I can't pull the kimura. I can't turn in for the triangle, so I let go. Start going for the leg. Boom. Now I'm attacking the leg. from here, we have so many variations. I can show you guys a million variations. I mean, I can go for half guard sweep. I can push him down. Go for the foot. I mean, we cover so much from here that you have a completely list of positions you can do from there. All you got to do really is drill them and do them at the right time. You know, that's why you got to drill those positions over and over again. So if you go for that arm, the guy lifts the leg like he wants to shake you out, and just to shake you out, man, attack that leg. Attack whatever he gives you.